Three people survive a shipwreck on a deserted island, but only two are meant to leave alive. When money, jealousy, and desire lose their power against nature, the real danger becomes each other. What begins as a luxury escape slowly transforms into a brutal test of character, power, and survival. Jack and Jennifer are a wealthy married couple who seem to have everything: money, comfort, and freedom. Jack is confident to the point of arrogance, a man who has spent his entire life buying solutions to every problem. Jennifer, much younger, appears to enjoy the lifestyle, but carries an unspoken emptiness. Their relationship is polished on the surface, but beneath it lies insecurity, control, and emotional distance. They board a private yacht for a pleasure trip, joined by a small group of companions, including the ship's captain and his wife. Among the crew is Manuel, a hard-working Brazilian sailor whose calm strength and independence immediately set him apart. Unlike Jack, Manuel is used to earning his survival through effort rather than privilege. Before the yacht even leaves the dock, something feels off. Manuel is briefly seen arguing with a woman who appears emotionally involved with him. The encounter is tense and unresolved, hinting at unfinished business left behind on land. Once at sea, Jack's personality becomes impossible to ignore. He treats the crew as extensions of his property and keeps a close, possessive eye on Jennifer. Despite his confidence, Jack is deeply insecure. He knows his age, his control issues, and his wealth may be the only things holding his marriage together. When he notices Jennifer's subtle interest in Manuel, his jealousy ignites. Manuel, however, refuses to be intimidated. A confrontation between Jack and Manuel erupts, fueled by pride, jealousy, and unspoken desire. Words turn sharp, and respect disappears. Manuel quits his job in anger, and in a careless act that seals everyone's fate, a small mistake leads to a fire on board. Panic spreads. The yacht becomes engulfed in flames, forcing everyone to flee. Moments later, the vessel explodes and sinks. Against all odds, 3 people survive. Jack, Jennifer, and Manuel wash ashore on a remote tropical island. The reality of their situation slowly sinks in. No rescue, no supplies, and no way to communicate with the outside world. At first, Jennifer and Manuel believe they are alone. They struggle with hunger, dehydration, and fear, unable to even start a fire. As days pass, survival forces them to work together. During a quiet moment, Manuel opens up about the woman from the dock. She was his girlfriend, and she claimed to be pregnant. Manuel admits he panicked, afraid of responsibility and the life he wasn't ready to face. Jennifer listens, conflicted, seeing both his flaws and his honesty. Then comes another shock. Jack is alive. He is found injured but conscious, and more importantly, he possesses a lighter. Fire immediately shifts the balance of power. Jack regains control, acting as though the island is just another territory he owns. He expects loyalty, obedience, and gratitude. The trio attempt to settle into a routine. Jack and Jennifer build a shelter near the shore, avoiding the insect-filled jungle. Manuel constructs his own shelter nearby, keeping a visible boundary between them. Food becomes the greatest concern. Sharks patrol the water, the reef is dangerous, and every flame feels precious. Manuel proves himself invaluable. He gathers coconuts, catches fish, and adapts quickly. Jack struggles physically, and the island strips him of the advantages he once relied on. Money, influence, and threats mean nothing here, and that reality enrages him. Jealousy poisons everything. Jack monitors Jennifer constantly, restricting her choices and growing increasingly hostile toward Manuel. When Jennifer secretly accepts food from Manuel, Jack's anger explodes. He doubles his efforts to assert dominance, even as he fails repeatedly at basic survival tasks. Eventually, tension erupts into betrayal. A heated argument between Jennifer and Manuel leads to an emotional collapse neither can control. Jack realizes what has happened, and his rage becomes violent. A fight breaks out, and Jennifer finally chooses Manuel, abandoning Jack's shelter. From that moment on, the island is no longer shared ground. It becomes a battlefield. Jack isolates himself, driven by obsession. Using scraps from the wreck, he creates makeshift goggles and dives beneath the water. Against expectations, he recovers a small boat. Instead of seeing escape as shared hope, Jack sees leverage. He hides the boat and watches. Jennifer and Manuel plan their escape, unaware Jack is listening. They steal the boat and head out to sea, only to discover it has been deliberately damaged. Water floods in, forcing them to swim back, exhausted and broken. Jack attacks immediately. Jennifer is restrained while the two men clash violently. Manuel manages to free himself, and he and Jennifer flee into the jungle. Survival turns savage. They steal food, sabotage each other's efforts, and set traps. Fear replaces reason. Jack narrowly avoids a deadly snare and becomes paranoid. Around this time, haunting images appear of Manuel's former girlfriend performing a ritual far away, suggesting fate, or guilt, is closing in. The final confrontation is inevitable. Jack tracks Jennifer and Manuel to a tree canopy. He attacks. Manuel falls and is badly injured. Despite his wounds, he fights back, nearly overpowering Jack. Jennifer desperately tries to stop them, but violence has gone too far. In the chaos, Manuel loses balance and falls onto a sharp object, dying instantly. Jennifer is left alone with Jack. Time passes. A year or more goes by. Jennifer survives, but emotionally, she is hollow. One day, a small family arrives by boat. Their children discover her shelter, and Jennifer is finally rescued. She takes the lighter. Jack is fishing nearby. Jennifer says nothing. As the rescue boat pulls away, Jack swims desperately after it, but Jennifer never looks back. For the first time, Jack understands the truth. On this island, power meant nothing, and in the end, he lost everything that mattered. If you enjoy suspense thriller movie recaps like this, don't forget to subscribe to our channel.